Show, brought to you by visitmyrtlebeach.com. Well, I stand in front of a camera. This guy is behind one all the time. Hi, Michael Graves.
Good, Jack. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm amazed at the number of times that you snap a picture in a given day. It's incredible.
Yeah, well, I'll probably take about 300 for each game.
300 each game. Now, he sits here courtside, as close to the television crew as you could possibly get without being part of the crew.
We're next to each other. I got everybody on a first name basis now.
So we invited you over because it's quite phenomenal. You get all the action shots. So a player comes over after the game, or the parents come over and they can purchase copies?
They sure can.
Okay. They just want to make sure I had the business plan down.
You get the business plan is there. Hopefully, it depends on how many parents travel with the teams and stuff like that.
Sure.
A lot of the players don't buy, but the parents do. So, and plus we upload them online as well, so people can see them all the time.
Well, how can people find them online?
If they go to digitalmagicphoto.com, plus there's also a button on the front page of the Beach Ball Classic that'll say, look at your photos, and it takes them right straight to my site.
Take it right there. How many beach balls have you covered through the years?
This will be my 20th year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Been around a while.
Been here for a while, yeah.
You remember that first Beach Ball Classic?
I do. It was Oak Hill Academy was here, and they were a pretty special team that came in that year.
I hope my math is correct. It was in this building.
Yes, it was.
Okay.
Yep, 1999. Wow.
I lose track of time.
You and me too. I have to look at the program.
This is our 38th tournament. So.
I know. I have to look at the program to see how many years I've been here, because I know that was the first year.
Well, how did you get into photography? Did you have someone in the family?
Or? No, actually, I was a musician for 20 years, and came off the road when my daughter was a year old, and we were living in Hilton Head, and I had to actually get a real job. So actually got a job managing a golf photography company, and just realized that I had a gift to do action sports, and been doing it ever since.
Well, man, you do a great job.
I appreciate it.
It's a big part of the tournament for a lot of folks.
People like it.
Well, I'm glad we got to talk to you.
Absolutely. Good to see you again.
Get back over here and do it, man.
I'll do it.
Snap some photos.
We'll do it.
Academy. You know, a team that's played at the exhibition
games
for
a
while, going to be playing in the real tournament now.
Yeah,
so,
good to see them here.
Yeah, it's interesting to see what the Saints do. That and a whole lot more from Myrtle Beach coming up. I'm Jack Murphy for the Visit Myrtle Beach pregame show. More after this.
Make time to escape to the coast and enjoy 60 miles of beautiful beaches, and let the sound of the ocean's tide take you to your happy place. Now's the perfect time to book your spring getaway to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Besides, you deserve it. Seize your moment now and come, let go, and unwind on Myrtle Beach Time.
Let go and unwind on Myrtle Beach Time.
Got game? Then bring it to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. The city of Myrtle Beach hosts more than 3,000 teams and 10,000 games each year and features first-class tournament facilities. From the expansive multi-purpose Grand Park Athletic Complex at the Market Common to the state-of-the-art all-weather synthetic track at the Doug Shaw Memorial Stadium. From home runs to hole-in-ones. If you've got game, then bring your tournament to the city of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Holy War, just so they'll make it easier for you.
Good afternoon and welcome to game number 2 of the first day of the Beach Ball Classic in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. This is the 38th annual Beach Ball Classic inside the Myrtle Beach Convention Center on the J. Lambeau Swartz Arena Court. I'm Tyler Watkins along with my broadcast partner Darren Gore for this contest day number one of a 5-day affair. And Darren, I got to tell you, we'll talk about this during the game, but this is the Christian Academy of Myrtle Beach, the Saints, and Archbishop Stepinac out of New York, White Plains, New York. But this is a big day for you. You were the head coach of the Christian Academy of Myrtle Beach for many, many years, and I heard you in the stands and on the sidelines beg, plead, and do everything you could to get the Christian Academy of Myrtle Beach into the main event of the Beach Ball Classic. Today is the day, Darren. Your goal, your dream is about to come true, and you'll do the broadcast.
Yeah, very excited about that, Tyler. You know, we were able to open up the Beach Ball Classic with a couple of kickoff games during my tenure of 10 years at Christian Academy. Very excited that they get an opportunity to participate this year. I know Coach Stevens has really worked hard the last couple of years as we've transitioned out, and the Saints are looking forward to getting a chance to be in the big tournament over Christmas.
I know you had tremendous success with the Christian Academy of Myrtle Beach for many, many years. Colin Stevens, who is a quality guy, a quality coach, and runs a nice program here, a training program in Myrtle Beach, has now taken over that program. But he's got a big-time player, and that is Michael Green. Got some offers, but Michael Green has been in the works for years here, hasn't he?
He has. Michael started for us as an 8th grader. Great outside shooter, lefty, high basketball IQ, just a good all-around athlete. Hope to see him have a good start out here tonight. They've come off a couple nice wins over the last few days right before the Christmas break. So, yeah, he's a big-time scorer, and he does just about everything for the Saints. I think he leads them just about every statistical category.
Well, it's going to be a challenge for him tonight. Archbishop Stepinac, the Crusaders out of White Plains, New York, come in 1-6 on the season. The Christian Academy is 4-5, but that 1-6 is completely misleading. This is a top quality team that has not played together this year as a whole team. They've had injuries. R.J. Davis, Adrian Griffin Jr., just a slew of injuries. The head coach, Patrick Massaroni, in his 4th year, an incredible guy, incredible coach, has excited about seeing his team perform for the first time together as a team. So it'll be a challenge tonight.
No, absolutely. I mean, these guys are coming off a 27-5 win season last year. Lots of talent across the board. They're really deep. They're really long and athletic. And like you said, they've had quite a few injuries. So this is really the time first time he's really had a chance to have all of his guys on the floor. So it's going to be interesting to see how the Saints can handle the athleticism of the Crusaders.
It's a holy battle here at the Myrtle Beach Convention Center, the 38th annual Beach Ball Classic. We're back in a moment. This is the Beach Ball Classic.
Make time to escape to the coast and enjoy 60 miles of beautiful beaches, and let the sound of the ocean's tide take you to your happy place. Now's the perfect time to book your spring getaway to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Besides, you deserve it. Seize your moment now and come, let go, and unwind on Myrtle Beach Time.
Let go and unwind on Myrtle Beach Time.
Looking for the best place for oceanfront fun? Keeping the kids cool as you relax and float around our lazy river. The Breakers Resort has excitement for the entire family. Plenty of space on our oceanfront deck and the best restaurants on property, like breakfast, coffee on the balcony, or entertainment and drinks. However you choose to spend your vacation, make sure to stay at the Breakers Resort in the heart of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
It's the Archbishop Stepinac Crusaders out of White Plains, New York versus the Christian Academy Saints out of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Game number 2, day number 1 of the Beach Ball Classic in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. You're inside the Myrtle Beach Convention Center on the J. Lambeau Sports Court. I'm Tyler Watkins. Darren Gore sits to my right. And Darren, looking at two teams that would love to hold that championship trophy at the end of the day. But boy, we've talked about the Christian Academy a bit. Archbishop Stepinac coming in 1-6 on the year. They were predicted to be a top 25 program preseason anyway, and they've just struggled.
Well, and I think, Tyler, a lot of it's got to do with the injuries they've had early on. I think we'll see a different team here tonight for this tournament. I know their coach is very excited to finally have a full lineup. Anytime you go through injuries, it's always the next man stepping up. But in basketball, you really need that core group, and I think these guys will get the opportunity to show what they really can do tonight and what kind of team they're really made of coming off of that championship season from last year.
Well, I know you were the head coach of the Christian Academy Saints for many years, but tell us a little bit about this program and maybe a couple of the players on the team there.
Yeah, great program. We've been around for a few years now. Won a few championships in 1A. They moved up to 2A about 3 years ago now. And Michael Green, of course, leads them, senior. Shooting guard. Also, Davis Guyton is one to watch. He's a big man, 6'6". Not only can he work on the inside post, but he is a stretch guy. He can step out and hit the three. And then Lawton Fulford, this guy that come off a really good tournament, had 21 points the other night, and really helped some of the other guys be able to really stretch out their game, and really they needed that other score. And if he can step into that role, they have a good opportunity to compete.
Well, the Archbishop Stepinac Crusaders, an all-boys school out of White Plains, New York, the 2018 CHSAA New York State basketball champs. They won everything last year. The city, the Catholic, the state, they won it all. Big-time program, but it's been a transformation for them. Patrick Massaroni went to Archbishop Stepinac, and he transformed that program. Now in his 4th year, they're on a path of success. Won the state championship last year, and looks like a very impressive program. He's got a ton of starters that have experience, that are battling for that starting position, and this is a team that looks like and appears that it will be very good. They haven't had all of their players injury-free during the season, and that's why they come in with this record 1-6. But you talk about A.J. Griffin, #1 shooting guard in 2021 class, but #9 overall player. This just looks like a team that's full of players.
Yeah, and the great thing about when you have some other guys have to step up early in the season like that, that builds your depth through the season. So this is really, I think, going to help that team in the long run. These guys have got some playing experience now, and this will help them be able to extend their bench a little bit. And I know the coach will look back on that, and that'll be a real, just a real positive for their team as they continue to move forward this season.
Well, this is an athletic school. Stepinac is. They won the championship in football, basketball, and wrestling last year. They were the Bowling Cities champion. They don't do a state one. And they were the tennis cities champion as well. So a school that has some athletes. The starting lineups are being introduced on the floor. Let's go through them. For the Christian Academy Saints out of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, led by head coach Colin Stevens. They'll start Jalen Matthews, a 6'3" senior. Jalen Busby is a 6'3" senior. Davis Guyton, 6'6" senior. Lawton Fulford, a 6'3" sophomore. And then the guy to watch tonight, number 24, that's Michael Green. He's got some offers on the table. Of course, UNC Charlotte as well, the 6'3" senior, but he has not decided yet, has he?
No, not. He's still looking and has several offers out there. And hope Michael have a strong season here, and there'll be some schools to step up and really take notice of him.
The Stepinac Crusaders will be led by R.J. Davis, a 6' junior. Ed Sanchez, 6'3" senior. Samuel Gibbs, 6'2" freshman. Adrian Griffin, 6'6" sophomore. And I missed somebody on there. Malcolm Chimezi, a 6'7" sophomore. And we are about to get underway. 2 16-minute halves here at the Beach Ball Classic in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Tipping it off, left to right, will be Stepinac and the Christian Academy moving right to left. Stepinac will control. Swinging around to Sanchez and back to the point for R.J. Davis. And R.J. Davis pops for the 2. Davis with 17 offers on the table. Over 1,000 points in his career, just 2 years of basketball.
Yeah, very athletic kid, great outside shooter, really controls the point for this team.
Christian Academy swings it around. McCauley to Guyton. Over to Michael Green. Green with the three-pointer on the way. Pops it. And the Christian Academy leads 3-2. Looking inside for A.J. Griffin. 6'6", 210-pound sophomore.
You see Green's range there, Tyler. He can step out and come off that tight screen and pull that three real quick, left-hander. Just a nice stroke from that young man.
A.J. Griffin, 5-star athlete, number 9 ranked in the country. He's the son of former Seton Hall star and Toronto Raptors assistant Adrian Griffin. His brother Allen plays at Illinois and played at Stepinac last year, part of their success.
Yeah, those guys combined, I believe, for about 40-some points in the state championship last year.
And he makes both of them, as expected. Michael Green will control the ball for the Christian Academy. Green guarded by Ed Sanchez. Swinging around to Busby and find Guyton. Guyton back to Green. Another three-pointer on the way. Same spot. Back of the iron. Down with it. And swinging the other way is Davis. R.J. Davis out to the right wing for Gibbs. Back to Griffin Jr. He pops the three to give him 5 points in the game. Full court press. Darren, what's the benefits of putting on a full court press early in a game?
I just want to dictate tempo a little bit there. I think coaches want to get his athletes out there and put Christian Academy under some pressure early.
Swinging around to Griffin. Inside now and then back out. Three-pointer on the way from R.J. Davis. Can't get it to fall. Down with it for the rebound is Busby. To Green. Another three-pointer on the way. That's the hot spot. Circle it over on the right side and call it the Christian Academy point producer. That's Davis Guyton with the three. Over to Sanchez. Back to Griffin. Griffin with another three. Is that the same spot? It's
Wow.
like they've put little dots on the court.
Man, these teams have opened up, just firing it deep.
If you look at the court, there's 2 3-point lines. The blue line is the high school line, but a lot of athletes step behind that black one and don't find the bottom of the net. Neither does that shot from Guyton. Just up and down quick, Darren.
Yeah, good movement right now. I think guys are just filling each other out a little bit, seeing what the other team's running right now and what works and where they can make some adjustments as they move forward in this game.
On the far sideline, you see Stepinac's coach, Patrick Massaroni, in his 4th year. Spent a bit of time with him earlier today. Incredibly impressive guy. This guy has a passion for basketball. He's put in his time, experience, coaching, and he has a dedication to this school and transforming this program. And in 4 years, he's done it. He took it from a program that was struggling to a program that is winning, defending state champions.
He really has. You know, an alum. He's got a lot of passion for the school. He's got a great connection to the school and great basketball IQ, too, as you watch his teams and what he's done to build this program. It's been very impressive.
I'll tell you, I speak to most of the coaches that come through the Beach Ball Classic, and usually I get the same lines or the same. Sometimes I get stuff, and some guys say, well, you know, he just fell in my lap, and I don't know what to do, but the guy's going to college, and he's going to be good. You know, that happens. And for this guy, I walked away. I literally had chill bumps as I was talking to him. I thought to myself, this guy is big time, and he's brought a big-time program to this school.
Well, you know, when somebody's impressive like that, the kids like being around them. They like being coached by a coach like that cares about them and really wants to help develop them and not only better basketball players, but better young men as well.
Outside dribble. They find Green and back to Guyton. Swinging around. Nice movement. Haven't seen any turnovers in the game, have we?
No, been good ball control. I think guys are, like I said, looking for, as we speak.
Yeah. And they're going to catch Samuel Gibbs, the freshman, with the foul. 4 years in a row, Massaroni has started a freshman.
Wow.
So they don't have any qualms about it. It's best athlete gets the time on the court.
Absolutely.
Or in this case, I guess the one that works the most because they have so many athletes.
Well, again, that depth's being built by these guys. There's your first turnover.
Yep. And the other way with it, quick and up off the glass, is Alpha Bangora Jr. Bangora Jr., a Division I prospect, 6'8" junior. And he's got the most fluorescent shoes in the house.
Love the way Stepinac's getting the ball out of the net, off the missed shot, and getting it up the floor very quickly. They're beating Christian Academy back down in transition.
+1 on the way. Stepinac up 14-8. And can't get it to fall, but Busby down with a rebound. Another three-pointer on the way, out of bounds, and Stepinac will get it back. Under 12 mark, it's a timeout on the floor. Let's take one as well. 14-8 is your score. Back in a moment, a media timeout on the Beach Ball Classic.
I'm not hearing anything.
Make time to escape to the coast and enjoy 60 miles of beautiful beaches and let the sound of the ocean's tide take you to your happy place. Now's the perfect time to book your spring getaway to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Besides, you deserve it. Seize your moment now and come, let go, and unwind on Myrtle Beach Time.
Let go and unwind on Myrtle Beach time.
It's a 6-point lead for the Crusaders of Archbishop Stepinac over the Christian Academy Saints of Myrtle Beach at the Beach Ball Classic in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Tyler Watkins, Darren Gore. Darren, you've got the stat sheet in front of you. Anything stick out?
Well, really just A.J. Griffin just coming out strong. He's perfect from the field right now, leading all scorers with 10 points. Again, somebody we knew that would be just a major impact for them, and it's just nice to see him getting a quick start.
My goodness, did you say he had 10 points in the game?
Yes,
he does.
sir.
Wow. Easy to get a double-double when you get 10 points in the first 4 minutes, huh?
Absolutely.
The Crusaders will inbound to the hands of Bangora Jr. And, wow, what a save by R.J. Davis on the far side. Back to Moretti. Moretti coming in off the bench. Find Griffin, who steps back, foot just inside the line, but the rebound, and back to Moretti. Right side now, three on the way, bottom of the net, good for Moretti. The Energizer Bunny of the team, says Coach Massaroni. Has an offer from Manhattan and a few others, 5'11" junior. Michael Green turns, pops. Green, a left-hander?
Yes.
Sanchez now up off the glass, but fouled in the process, and he'll go to the line for a couple.
Well, you see why Coach really likes Moretti coming in there. A lot of pressure on Michael Green, their best ball handler, best shooter, really forcing him to take a tough shot there, contested fallback.
Back iron for the first one. And Ed Sanchez, a couple of D2 offers. Working his way up, 6'3", senior. Gets the second one to fall, though. It's now a 10-point game. 2 16-minute halves here at the Beach Ball Classic in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. full court press again.
Yes, they're bringing it up a little bit. Want to put pressure on Mike Green, ball handler. Just trying to speed Christian Academy up here early.
Green finds McClintock. And did he have it taken away? I looked down for a moment. Yeah. Moretti can't find the glass. And now we'll go the other way. Matthews ahead with a sloppy pass. And up under the glass. Nice move by Jalen Matthews, the 6'3" senior.
Matthews brings some good size to Christian Academy. He's had a knee injury, so he plays some limited minutes, but a big, strong kid.
Darren, I know we talked about this. You were a coach at the Christian Academy for many years. Tell us about their program.
Good, solid program. Local kids just really have grown over the last few years, getting some notoriety from winning a few state championships, and has several kids that are transferring in. They're trying to build the program even more so with some depth in that area, and they have a great feeder system all the way down from their JV down into their middle school, really working that all the way through to the high school teams.
And the Christian Academy looking inside for Guyton. Turn up beneath by Matthews is blocked, and quickly ahead to R.J. Davis up off the glass. 6' junior. The all-boys school out of White Plains, New York for Archbishop Stepinac, founded in 1948. Three-time Catholic state football champs. Current state champions. They won on November 24th of this year.
Green with a nice steal.
Yeah, losing a handle on it. Mike Green the other way. Left-hander up off the glass. Good. Timeout on the court for Stepinac. Still at a 10-point lead for Stepinac, the Crusaders. Take a look at some of these teams. The Crusaders, 5 straight appearances in the state finals for the football team. Talked about the state champions and so many different sports for those guys. Talked to Patrick Massaroni a bit earlier, and he wanted to say hello, by the way, to his wife Sandra, who's watching. She's working, and she said, I'm going to put it on, and I'll be able to keep up with it, but I'll have to go in and out. So just wanted to make sure that he said hey to her. Coach talked about his team, and he said they're 1-6 on the season. He said, well, of course they've had some injuries, so he's excited to get them out on the court today and see what they're capable of doing. But last week or so, he said, we just have to learn how to win. He said it's a quote from him. We have a young group, a new group, and we have to figure it out quickly. He said the good thing about the season is you get 24 games and 2 playoffs. Obviously, we had higher expectations going into the season internally, and we have to reevaluate where we're at. But the case is, again, like I said, they had injuries. So,
well, you can see them starting to put it together here tonight. Having A.J. back in the lineup and Davis at the point, you can just see that this team's very well coached.
Christian Academy for Guyton. Looking for Mike Green, has it taken away by Moretti. Moretti coast to coast, up off the glass left side. Extends the lead.
Boy, Moretti's really brought a lot of activity to the court.
Almost halfway through the first half, and it's a 14-point lead. Green, pop, stop, drop. Way outside, R.J. Davis. Can't get it to fall. Has 8 points in the game so far, though.
It's a good box out by Davis Guyton down there to get that rebound for the Saints.
Stepinac shooting 67% from the field. Christian Academy 42% from the field. Quickly ahead to Minaya. Minaya stops and finds his own basket. Minaya, an interesting player. He's a 3-year starter for Stepinac. Got injured, but he's working his way back, and he's had a few struggles, but putting in the time and the effort, and coaches all respect him.
Yeah, well, you can see by that nice little pull-up shot in transition that he's definitely a talented player, and you can see why he'd been a starter and getting his legs back underneath him and getting more playing time in this lineup.
Sanchez and Samuel Gibbs now with the ball across the timeline. Gibbs finds Sanchez, being guarded by Mike Green, and the spin move. Green gets the rebound. Over to Guyton. And the big guy with the left-hander underneath.
Yeah, Guyton's really worked hard over the last couple of years, Tyler, to get in shape, and you can see that with that nice first step to the basket.
Jalen Matthews, Michael Green also in for the Christian Academy. Let's get some of these names in. Braden McCauley, wearing number 14. Risco Brooks, and 22 for red. And the drive up underneath for Jalen Matthews. Got fouled in the process. He'll go to the line for a couple. Christian Academy down to 36% from the field now. You know, I think Stepinac's big deal is their depth. You know, you talked about it. These kids that the injuries produce players that have experience and they get better. And so now you have some of these guys you can pull off the bench and you can put into the game and have confidence that they'll perform. Moretti's one of those guys. Matt Brand, the three-point shooter for Stepinac, is one of those guys as well.
Yeah, and you see that A.J. was able to come out, get a little breather there, so he's now fresh going back into the game, and that means a ton, especially when you get later on into the season. You know, these guys are looking for their region and what they can do as they move forward. So this is going to really build their depth.
Another substitution. Sanchez will come out, but Malcolm Chimezi will come in. The Division I prospect, 6'7", wearing number 13 for the blue team. Green, cross-court pass. Now inside, nice ball movement, but size matters, doesn't it?
Absolutely. It's a good movement, good ball movement by the Saints there, but just a little delay on that shot and ends up coming back at you.
Christian Academy finds Guyton. To Green. Michael Green guarded by Manaya. Can't find the basket. Down with the rebound is Chimezi. Three-pointer on the way. No good by Matt Brand. We talk about he was the specialist. He can come in and pop threes quickly, sit him down, and he's done his job, but misses the first one.
A good defender, too. You see his on-ball defending there, putting a lot of pressure on the point.
Finds the open man underneath, and Matthews able to add a couple.
It's a good hustle play there by Braden McCauley, saving that loose ball and getting the easy basket to Jalen Matthews.
Timeout on the court. Take a look at these. Timeout for the Christian Academy. Take a look at the schedule for Stepinac. Started off the season with a loss to Cardinal Haynes. Monsieur, I don't even know if I can pronounce that one.
Scanlon,
there you go.
Scanlon.
And then Bishop Laughlin, a team we've heard at the Beach Ball Classic, and Christ the King as well. Those were just 4 straight losses. They picked up a win against St. Peter's, and then things got a little crazy for the Stepinac team as they had an overtime loss to St. Raymond Boys out of Bronx, New York, and then followed that up with a last-second loss to Curtis. That was just a few days ago, but I thought they had that one in in the slam dunk tournament, and last second shot from half court killed them.
That's a tough one. That kills you as the coach when you drop one like that. Just updating some of the stats here. R.J. Davis stepping up his game a little bit. He's got 8 points now, second leading scorer on the floor. Michael Green with 7 for the Saints as we move on into 5.5 minutes to go in the first half.
For Stepinac, they had 6 guys hurt in November. 4 of them were starters. Team that has some intelligence. They had 4 of their players inducted into the National Honor Society. Luke Fizlujic Matthew Brand, R.J. Davis. That's 3 players, isn't it? Yeah, juniors.
Basketball's a smart man's game. See smart guys do well in basketball. A lot about X's and O's and understanding how to attack defenses, and so that's good to hear. These young men are doing it both in the classroom and on the court.
Is that why teams like Duke are successful?
Absolutely.
I mean, they're just not going to let anybody in at Duke, right?
That's right. That's
Foul.
a good combination of being smart and athletic.
Foul on the floor. And a substitution coming for Stepinac. They'll bring Sanchez back in and sit down Chemezi. Also entering the game is Manaya. And Pizulich will sit. Griffin over to Brand. They swing it around. Sanchez to Griffin. Over to Manaya. And the Christian Academy. Myrtle Beach on the move. Risco Brooks. Darren's got to be a story behind that. Is Risco his real name?
It is. It is. Risco was raised overseas in Slovenia. His dad, Rick Brooks, coached a lot of AAU teams and or AAU type teams over there, and met them several years ago. They came over one summer and came to one of my camps, and they really enjoyed the school and what we were doing. And so when he got to be in high school, they moved back to the States.
I see. Risco Brooks with the ball. Finds Fulford. The Christian Academy appears to go 7 or 8 deep, don't they?
Yeah, they've got some depth on this team. They've got some guys that you know, are having to play some minutes.
Fulford to Guyton. I don't know that Guyton's come out of the game or had a seat on the bench yet. A.J. Griffin will find Manaya for the 3. And the lead is extended, 33-16. Under 4-minute mark. Griffin with the block, and now the other way for Manaya. To Sanchez. Baseline dribble, and the gift to Griffin. Puts it in up off the glass, and it's a media timeout. 35-16. We are back in a moment. This is the Beach Ball Classic on Stadium.
Looking for the best place for oceanfront fun? Keeping the kids cool as you relax and float around our lazy river. The Breakers Resort has excitement for the entire family. Plenty of space on our oceanfront deck and the best restaurants on property, like breakfast, coffee on the balcony, or entertainment and drinks. However you choose to spend your vacation, make sure to stay at the Breakers Resort in the heart of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
It's a 35-16 affair here at the Myrtle Beach Convention Center. Day 1, game number 2. Archbishop Stepinac out of White Plains, New York, leading the Christian Academy Saints out of Myrtle Beach. Tyler Watkins and Darren Gore courtside at the J. Lambeau Schwartz Arena. Darren, you've got some stats right in your hand. Tell us what sticks out.
Well, the biggest thing I've seen, Tyler, is the fast break points. Stepinac's turning them over. Points off of turnovers as well. That seems to be the difference in the game right now, is they've sped up Christian Academy, forcing them to take some hurried shots, and that's what's pushed this lead out.
Head the line is A.J. Griffin, Jr., 12 points in the game. And that's the +1. 3 for 3 from the free throw line. Across the timeline is Fulford for the Christian Academy. Fulford dribble drive inside, kick outside. And back to Fulford, swinging around. He was tripped up on the corner, and he'll get the foul call. Should go against Sanchez. Stepinac going to substitute in Matt Brand.
Yeah, you see Christian Academy got a little caught in that corner. They got bailed out with a foul right there. I know Coach Stevens not going to be happy with that spacing. Those guys kind of got right on top of each other deep in the corner.
You know, I'd always wondered this, Darren. Stepinac is an all-boys school, so it's in White Plains, New York. It's a private school, of course, you know. So you always think, what does it cost to go to a private school? I never knew, and I never even thought to ask, really. I mean, I wondered, but I never thought to ask. But it's right on their website. So did you have a guess? I'm going to cover it up so you can't see it.
Well, coming from a private school background, I know what has been charged at Christian Academy in years, and we played against Porter Gal down in Charleston, which is a very strong school, and they're about 20-some thousand a year. So I would imagine Stepinac would probably be somewhere in that 20+ thousand a year range.
$12,500 is tuition.
That's a bargain.
Of course, there's tuition assistance available. So, but there's other fees that go. There's bus fees, there's basketball fees, there's whatever fees, books fees, and all of that stuff. But $12,500. When I saw that number, I thought, well, that's not so bad actually to get a private school experience, all boys school from a tradition and now an athletic powerhouse.
And if you see some of the alum that come out of this school, it's very impressive.
Stepinac doubling up the Christian Academy, 36-18. With just about 2 minutes left in the first half. We'll talk about some of those alum and some of the players of the Beach Ball Classic in the second half. This is a storied, I wouldn't call it franchise, but it's a storied event. 38 years of the Beach Ball Classic in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Mike Green with the drive inside gets fouled, and he'll go to the line. Should be for a couple. Mike Green now with 9 points in the game. 2 for 2 from the free throw line, and he'll get a couple of shots here. Christian Academy dropping as the half goes on, down to 28% from the field. Stepinac up to 56% shooting.
Yeah, and this is something Coach Stevens and I talked about prior to the game. He mentioned that they needed to be patient on offense, really move the ball around, be selective in their shooting, but they also needed to not back away from these guys. They needed to drive the ball and penetrate that lane and look to kick out, and that's something you saw Michael getting to the rim there and getting fouled.
He drops a couple of, but tell us a little bit about his story, Michael Green.
Great kid, grew up here in Myrtle Beach as a gym rat. I mean, I can literally remember him coming to the gym before he was in middle school playing, and really having to make him leave to go home because he wanted to stay around and shoot so much. But he loves the game. Again, got a good high basketball IQ. He understands what to do. Has really worked on his jump shooting. One of his areas that he's been really working on over the past couple years is his defense. Getting quicker on his feet. He's a great passer, great assister, and really makes an impact all across the game for the Saints.
Griffin back in after a quick breather on the bench. Minute and a half to play in the first half. 2 16-minute halves here at the Beach Ball Classic in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. And three-pointer on the way is good from R.J. Davis. Davis now with 10 points in the game. Make that 13 points with the three. Another long three on the way. And Davis all by himself. Up and under, adds 2 more to give him 15.
Well, just a good all-around player right there, Tyler. You see him pull that three at the top and then get back, play good defense, and then get out in transition and push the ball for the Crusaders.
17 offers he's had, and they keep pouring in. Virginia, Stanford, Harvard, super intelligent kid, and just an athlete and all-around great kid. Here's a long three-pointer on the way. That should be the second of the game for Guyton.
Saints needed that one.
Guyton now with 8 points in the game, 2 for 5 from behind the three-point arc. Darren, if you're going into the locker room and you've been the coach in this position, you're Colin Stevens, the coach for the Christian Academy, what do you tell your team?
Just to be patient. You know, this is a big arena. This is a big opportunity for them. Of course, I think they press a little bit, but this is a very good Crusader team. You just want to calm your kids back down, go get them going back to doing what we're good at doing, and just try to not really focus on the score so much, but just really focus on what we can do to be a better basketball team. If we're getting beat off the dribble, we're taking poor shot selection. Really trying to focus on those things to get them back in the game.
It's a 41-23 lead for the Archbishop Stepinac Crusaders out of White Plains, New York, coming in 1-6 on the season over the Christian Academy Saints out of Myrtle Beach, 4-5 on the season. Darren, we'll take a timeout. We'll come back with a halftime with Banana Jack Murphy and second half action here. As you called it earlier, it's a holy battle between the two schools, right?
That's right, the Saints and the Crusaders.
So we'll give you some stats and give you more information in just a few moments as we come back. You're watching the Beach Ball Classic on Stadium.
Myrtle Beach, South Carolina is upping our game with a brand new state-of-the-art indoor sports complex. The Myrtle Beach Sports Center is just steps from the Atlantic Ocean and features 100,000 square feet of year-round tournament and event space. The center offers a combination of 8 regulation basketball courts, 16 volleyball courts, and more. With over 70,000 square feet of free span space, this massive venue can host everything from mat sports to trade shows. For more information or to book your event, contact the Myrtle Beach Sports Center today.
Hey guys, welcome to the visitmyrtlebeach.com halftime show. Oh my, we're having some fun.
What a lot of great action.
Tough rooting for the Christian Academy Saints, one of the hometown teams. They're not up to their stellar performance tonight.
Not tonight. Taking some outside shots, just not making it.
Hey Todd, good to see you, man. Todd Wood joins us now from Impact Ministries. Man, it's always a pleasure seeing you.
Absolutely, and you guys as well.
We had an interesting phenomenon, another one of those 500 or 1,000-year floods with Hurricane Florence. Just the area rebounded kind of quickly, just tremendously quickly. Tell us what Impact Ministries does to kind of help out flood victims and that sort of stuff.
Absolutely. What we do is we work with all the homeowners that have been affected by the flood. They went to disasterhelp.me, a local website here for Horry County residents. They apply and ask for assistance, and then we coordinate volunteer teams that are responding to the area from all over the nation that are coming in to help us. So we've had teams from Hawaii, Texas, got a team in, just arrived today from New York.
Wow.
So they're here helping us to rebuild families' homes and put them back together.
Well, we did rebound quickly. There's still a lot of work to do, but where we were with the storm, I mean, we had one road that was actually accessible for the entire area.
That's right. It is quite devastating. You know, we had the floods in 2015, we had the hurricane in 16, and many of the homes that we're mudding out, the same ones that were affected again in 2018, and then many more. We had about 900 families who requested assistance this year from the hurricane, and there's about 700 that are going to need our assistance putting their homes back together.
You guys did a tremendous job. The neat thing that we want to, tell everybody is that our beaches were spared the damage.
They really were. It was just phenomenal that we were going to start beach renourishment that week the hurricane was coming. They were able to hold it off, and so now we got
beaches look good for all of our tourists that are going to be coming into town. But if we've got folks that are outside of our area who are watching the game, they're saying, man, I'd love to help out. How can I do that? You can still go to disasterhelp.me. You can get information on how to come as a family or a church group or a school group, or come help us to repair some homes. We got homes ready for families that need help.
You know, the neat thing about coming down here, I came from somewhere else. I'm willing to roll the dice that you did too.
I came from just up the road in Greenville, South Carolina,
okay.
so not too far away. We've been here about 17 years. This is our home.
I came from the Raleigh, North Carolina area in 1989, just when the Beach Ball Classic was really beginning to gain up some steam.
That's right.
Got a little sand in the shoes, couldn't leave. And so now this is where we call home.
Absolutely. What greater place. This is where I grew up vacationing as a kid, coming to Myrtle Beach, and what an awesome privilege to call it home now and be able to enjoy great basketball like tonight.
You know, we have a lot of great RV parks and campgrounds in the area, and I know Impact Ministries plays a little role there, making sure that folks that want to have church when they're on their vacation can do so as well.
We certainly do. We've been here for about 65 years now, working here in this community, doing chaplaincy in all the campgrounds and offering day camps for the kids every single week, all summer long for 10 weeks of summer, from 10 to 12 every day.
Man, I appreciate what you do all the time.
It's our joy to serve. So if anybody's interested in more information, you can always go to Impact, M as in Myrtle, B as in Beach.org, and check us out.
All right, my friend. Todd, thank you so much for coming in and joining us today.
Thank you. Let's enjoy some great basketball.
All right, he's got some chicken sandwiches to sell as well because he's double timing it as a member of the Chick-fil-A team. We know they have a great story as well, many locations along the Grand Strand. We'll be back with more exciting basketball on the other side of this break. Jack Murphy in Myrtle Beach for the Visit MyrtleBeach.com halftime show. Stay tuned.
Make time to escape to the coast and enjoy 60 miles of beautiful beaches, and let the sound of the ocean's tide take you to your happy place. Now's the perfect time to book your spring getaway to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Besides, you deserve it. Seize your moment now and come, let go, and unwind on Myrtle Beach Time.
Let go and unwind on Myrtle Beach Time.
Second half coming up of the Beach Ball Classic in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. This is the 38th annual Beach Ball Classic, and this afternoon we have a doozy. It's Archbishop Stepinac Crusaders out of White Plains, New York, coming in 1-6 on the season, leading the Christian Academy of Myrtle Beach. The Saints, a local team, 4-5 on the year, but the score lopsided so far. Stepinac has led this one almost all the way. Of course, the Christian Academy had that first early lead by maybe a point or so, and then since then it's been all Stepinac, almost doubling up the Christian Academy. Tyler Watkins and Darren Gore, and we are courtside here at the J. Lambeau Schwartz Arena. Darren, I want to talk, and I know I want to look at some stats that you got, but real quick, I want to just mention some of these players that have come through the Beach Ball Classic. For those that are tuning in for the first time on Stadium, of course, our local viewers on HTC or on beachballclassic.com have heard these names, but Jason Kidd, Rasheed Wallace, Felipe Lopez, B.J. Mackey, Vince Carter, Kobe Bryant, Jermaine O'Neal, Michael Bibby, who played as a player and as a coach, Baron Davis, Raymond Felton, Don McClain, Grant Hill, Danny Ferry, Jeff Lebo. The list goes on and on. It's too much to mention, but the Hall of Fame here at the Beach Ball Classic over 30 years is impressive. All right, let's take a look at some of those stats, Darren. What sticks out to you?
Well, still, I think I go back to the turnovers, second chance points, and fast break points is really what separate the two teams right now. You see Stepinac putting pressure on the guards, forcing Christian Academy in some poor shot selection, and really just hurrying them up on the offensive end. And then you see Stepinac's depth and athleticism as they get out in transition. They're able to, finish their runs, and just been some great shooting by R.J. Davis and A.J. Griffin.
Yeah, talk about some of those point totals, and what do you got?
We got R.J. Davis is leading all scorers with 15, A.J. Griffin with 13, Justin Moretti with 5. Edward Mignon with 5, and then leading the Christian Academy Saints, we have Michael Green with 11, Davis Guyton with 4, and Davis Guyton with 8, and Jalen Matthews with 4.
Well, Stepinac shooting 53% from the field. The Christian Academy Saints shooting just 30% from the field. Boy, if you've never been to Myrtle Beach, take a moment, open up your browser if you're watching this online, or if you're watching on TV on Stadium, you've got your laptop or your phone in your hand. We know you do because everybody does. Pull up visitmyrtlebeach.com. Now, if you don't know how to spell that, let me give you the Myrtle part because you got the rest. It's visit MYRTLE beach.com and check out all that we have to offer here. 60 miles of beautiful Grand Strand with white sand beaches and tons of activities from parasailing to surfing to kayaking, one of my favorite sports, and everything in between. Myrtle Beach is absolutely fantastic. I've been here for, I don't even know the number now. It's almost 40 years. Darren, how about you?
Well, I was born in Conway, but I've grown up in Myrtle Beach pretty much my whole life, and I worked for the Myrtle Beach Area Chamber of Commerce for about 8 years as the Chief Financial Officer, so that's a great plug for the city, and we really love the Grand Strand area. There's so much to do around this area, and it's a great vacation spot for families, just a wonderful time. This time of year especially, I mean, we still got 57, 58. We had some 65-degree days in the last week or so. You can't beat this time of year in Myrtle Beach.
You know, one of the things when I got into radio right out of high school and TV, I thought, well, one day, people used to say, one day you'll be in New York, or you'll be in Baltimore, or you'll be in wherever. And I thought, why would I want to do that? There's no waves in New York, right? But in Myrtle Beach area, you have the ocean. You can go fishing. You can go surfing. You can go play. You can go to the beach, you can go fly a kite, and then in the afternoon you can get a kayak and go out into the marsh, or go out to an island, or go fishing in the marsh. There's so many water activities, and to the core, I'm a water guy. So I thought it would be crazy for me to go somewhere else. I love where I live, and I'll be here forever.
Absolutely, and not to mention all the great restaurants we have.
All the
wonderful food, great shows. This is it's just a special place.
2 16-minute halves here at the Beach Ball Classic in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and the Christian Academy Saints will control to start the second half. Mike Green, they find Guyton. Back to Green, and stolen away by R.J. Davis, who stops at the free throw line and pops the 2. Darren, before I put it away, I just want to mention, if you're in the Archbishop Stepinac area, that would be White Plains, New York, don't forget about the second annual Crusader Basketball Classic. That's on January 4th at the Westchester County Center. Iona Prep versus Stepinac, that's at 7:30. And the 5 o'clock game will be Assanig Girls versus CTK Girls. That's at 5 p.m. So make sure to check it out. Second annual, want to support your local team, want to support the area, and the level of athletics that has come along at Stepinac. You know, if you can't get behind that right now, you're just not a sports person.
Had a nice finish by Michael Green down there, Tyler, a little up and under for the Saints.
Thinks about the 3. Wisely takes it inside. And 4 defenders there, and Green off the left side. We talked about what you would say if you were the coach of the Christian Academy team in the locker rooms. What do you tell Stepinac if you're the Stepinac coach?
Just keep doing what we're doing. We've been possessing the ball well. We've been moving the ball well. Nice shot selection, good defensive pressure. Just continue to do what they're doing.
This is a good game for Stepinac facing the Christian Academy, for them to get in the groove. Of course, they played with injuries most of the season, and now they have their full team back for the very first time. But you play in this arena, which has the clear backboards, and it's so far away from the wall that sometimes the depth perception of these athletes takes a game or so just to get in rhythm and figure out how to shoot the ball, right?
It really does, Tyler. If you haven't played on this court, I know in coaching here in years past, this is a difficult place to play because your depth perception is really affected by how far you're away from space, and so it's one of those things that it just takes a little while. And some of these guys, it could take a couple games to get going, but I think RJ's figured it out for the Crusaders.
And he shot that ball from way downtown, didn't he? Space and distance is not an issue for A.J. Griffin. Just a sophomore. Number 21 on the court with the highlighted hair and the mohawk. Guyton, sidestep three. Davis Guyton, 6'6" senior. Griffin showing why he's the number 9 ranked player in the country. Number 1 ranked shooting guard, class of 2021. And Colin Stevens, the head coach for the Christian Academy Saints, is going to have to take a quick timeout.
Well, and you can see that both teams have come out shooting the ball a little bit better in the second half. The first half was really, really a struggle for Christian Academy. They shot it just a little over 30% in the first half, and Archbishop shot at 53%.
Well, looking at it, it's Christian Academy's done a little bit better. They're at 41% now from the field. Archbishop at 56% from the field. Point totals, though, I don't have the full list here to tell you the leading scorers. We'll get them when the next sheet is handed over to us. Davis for Stepinac has 17 points. Griffin with 15. On the flip side for Christian Academy, though, Michael Green with 15 points and Guyton with 11. Saints will inbound in front of their bench. Colin Stevens, their head coach, standing to the right of Busby. Colin Stevens is the director of the Manser Academy here in Myrtle Beach. Left-hander up off the glass is good, and they'll go to the line for the +1 after the foul from Braden McCauley.
Oh, I think the Saints got a tough break there. I think we had a kick ball at the other end. The official was kind of out of position and missed that one.
I agree. You know more about the Manser Academy than I do, Darren. Tell us a little bit about it.
Colin started that several years ago. Manser was the name of a gentleman that was a mentor to him as he was coming up before he went on to play at Coastal Carolina University. And Colin not only trains athletes, NBA athletes, college prospects, high school prospects, does a really good job and just works on the all-around game of these players.
Three-pointer by Michael Green. Good.
Brings up to 18 points in the game now.
I think one of the great things about Colin, and he played some pro ball as well, he's so inspirational. He's the guy that you can tell your kids, look up to this guy. Model yourself after this guy. He does it the right way. He was working at a bank, had a dream, and essentially he had a high position at a local bank and had a dream, left the bank with full support from the bank, and ended up starting this Manser Academy. And 2 in a row now from Michael Green. Drops another 3.
Yeah, Green's starting to heat up there. That's 21 points for him. 2 deep threes off of that top screen.
And they got it back to within 12. So
you're right. Colin's done a great job with this team. He is an inspirational man. He does a lot of speaking engagements and really lives out his faith.
He also is one of our color commentators, and he'll be on this broadcast this week. One of my favorite guys to work with because you can just say, Colin, tell us this, and he'll just go on and on about basketball. His basketball knowledge is so deep, he can't share it all in the broadcast. I love it.
He does. He really works. He's got a real passion for it.
Yeah. Under 12 minutes. Let's take a timeout as the media timeout is on the floor. We'll take one as well. It's 12-point lead, Stepinac over the Christian Academy of Myrtle Beach, and we are back in a moment. This is the Beach Ball Classic on Stadium.
Looking for the best place for oceanfront fun? Keeping the kids cool as you relax and float around our lazy river. The Breakers Resort has excitement for the entire family. Plenty of space on our oceanfront deck and the best restaurants on property, like breakfast, coffee on the balcony, or entertainment and drinks. However you choose to spend your vacation, make sure to stay at the Breakers Resort in the heart of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
It's down to a 12-point lead for Stepinac over the Christian Academy of Myrtle Beach here at the 38th Annual Beach Ball Classic in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Day one, game number 2 of a 5-day affair. Tyler Watkins and Darren Gore courtside. Darren, you've got the stat sheet in front of you, and a number just sticks out.
Oh, absolutely. Michael Green has just come out on fire in the second half. The Saints are shooting 87.5% from the field. They're 3 for 3 from behind the arc. So they've really started utilizing the 3-ball to get back into this ball game. R.J. Davis with 19 for the Crusaders, followed by A.J. Griffin with 15.
And at the line is Davis Guyton. Guyton with +1.
Guyton with 14 points on the game as well, Tyler.
Michael Green guarding the dribbler, swinging around. Davis. And three-pointer on the way is good for Alpha Bangora Jr.
He was just inside the line there, Tyler.
Oh, it is, okay.
2-pointer.
Coach, you've been a coach for a long time. Something like that's a little different. Is that an ISO play where they send him to the right side up against the 3 players? Seems like that one might have broke down.
Well, I think what they've been trying to do is get Lawton to be a little more aggressive on that dribble drive there. He probably should have kicked out and pulled up. He went a little too deep, and then he was, kind of lost control there and ended up initiating the charge.
R.J. Davis with his foot on the line, drops the 2.
Boy, he's got a good-looking stroke from the top.
Tell you, we had R.J. Barrett last year who went to Duke and has played so well. And this year, R.J. Davis.
That's a good name for a basketball player.
R.J.?
R.J.
Wonder what it stands for. Thanks for watching nationwide on Stadium Network. Every winner's bracket game of the Beach Ball Classic. You can check out more at beachballclassic.com. Then pull up another tab and pull up visitmyrtlebeach.com. Check out what Myrtle Beach, South Carolina is like. Up off the glass for A.J. Griffin, Jr. Darren, we were talking about Myrtle Beach earlier, and you work for the Chamber of Commerce. I wasn't aware of that, but so you're an expert on this. What's one of the things that you and your family like to do in Myrtle Beach?
Well, we love going to the beach. It's a free attraction. We love water sports. Kids like to get out and get on the water and be out in the sun, and really enjoy that. My favorite thing to do is play golf. We have a few golf courses here in Myrtle Beach, as you well know. I think we're around 100. But golfing's my favorite thing to do, and I try to get out as much as possible. We got some beautiful courses.
What do you shoot on the golf course?
I'm about a 9 handicap. I've been working on that. I've shot my best score right before Christmas. I shot a 78 over at the Legends.
Wow.
So I was really excited about that. I got a group of guys I've been playing with for years, and so it was a lot of fun.
Darren, after 20 years, I figured out the best way to play golf for me. And you can play on a lot of different courses here in Myrtle Beach. The best way to play was to ask for a bag of balls for Christmas. And then you go out to the course, you set up on the first tee, you hit the ball. When it goes in the woods, you go to the spot where it went in the woods, you pull another ball out, put it on the grass, and you hit it again. And then you just don't keep score, right?
This is why you're a surfer.
Right, this is why I'm a surfer and not a golfer. You're exactly right. Now, Darren, let me ask you this, and I've been accused of this a few times, but I'll ask you, is it legal to use the foot wedge?
Absolutely not, Tyler.
No, you can't do
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Only with your good friends.
Stepinac has increased it to a 17-point lead. It was down to 12 at one point. And that was really at the hands of Michael Green, who took over with a couple of threes and just aggressive offense.
Yeah, Michael come off some nice screens. They had some set plays for him at the top of the key, and he knocked down some shots early.
Easy takeaway by R.J. Davis, who then converts. Get it back into the hands of Briscoe Brooks. Brooks, inside out. They're going to call it charging, and they are. They're going to get Brooks with the charge.
Yeah, Brooks is a freshman there, and just a couple of freshman mistakes. He had a lot of pressure on him bringing the ball up and turned it over, and then trying to get back and make a play, and draws a charge down on the other end.
Earlier matchup today, North Little Rock out of Arkansas, obviously, defeated Florence out of Mississippi. That was 76-60. After this game, University out of Morgantown, West Virginia will face Cox Mill out of North Carolina. That is going to be a battle.
Absolutely.
Big-time players on both teams. And then the 8:45 matchup, that was a 7 o'clock matchup. 8:45 matchup, Scott County, Kentucky versus another local team, the Sockastee Braves out of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina here. That's an 8:45 matchup. The winner of this game will play on Friday. And that will be at 3:30 p.m., an early game against North Little Rock. The loser of this game will play tomorrow at noon, the first game of the day, and that will be against Florence out of Mississippi. Michael Green, dribble drive inside. Nice acrobat left-handed off the glass, textbook.
Nice finish. Thanks for patient on that offensive possession.
Floater can't go for R.J. Davis. Davis with 23 points in the game. Griffin with 17 for Stepinac. And on the flip side for the Christian Academy Saints, 23 for Green and 14 for Guyton. What's the most you've ever seen Green score?
Oh, I've seen him put up over 30
yeah.
a couple of times. I think he almost had a 40-point game, if I remember correctly. But no, he can fill it up.
Darren, I know you had success, tremendous success at the Christian Academy. And how many state championships did you win?
We won 5 Division I state championships over a 7-year period, and we went to our 6th one. But a young man named Zion Williamson had different plans for us in that game. Pretty good player.
And you guys played him when he was a junior, is that correct?
Yeah, we lost to them in the state championship junior year.
Yeah. Steal from the right corner. Three-pointer on the way. No good. Rebound. Back up with it. Can't find the bucket. And the Christian Academy's Mike Green will hold up and set the offense. Double teamed. Find the open streaker. Now to Guyton. Back inside. Outside. Errant pass. Knocked away by Green. Back to Guyton. Up underneath. And nobody wants to shoot. Guyton finds the way, but has it blocked out of bounds by Chimezi.
Good hustle there. Risco Brooks has got his hands on 2 or 3 balls there and just found himself underneath the basket. And a tough position when you got a guy like Adrian Griffin in front of the basket.
Guyton with 14 points in the game. Stands at the free throw line for a couple. And Guyton 3 for 3 from the free throw line. 5 rebounds. And he's played the entire game. Blood on the floor. Sounds like the last party I had.
It's been a battle.
You said it was a holy battle, I think, to start. Send the head coach out.
There you go.
That's dedication. We're talking about the accomplishments of head coach Patrick Massaroni. Not only can he get blood up off the dance floor, basketball court, whatever. He was also the 2018 New York State 2A Coach of the Year, the Journal News LoHud Coach of the Year. His team finished number 11 in the country, according to Blue Star Media. The team won the New York State City, State, and Federation titles. 2017 Torrey Pines National Invitation Holiday Classic champions. 2017 News 12 Varsity Coach of the Year. Told you this guy, super impressive. In his 4th year, they're 1-6 on the season, which would give him a 56-33 record in his career. And the state title to go along with it. Famous graduates of Stepinac, Alan Alda. You know that name, don't you?
MASH.
MASH. Some of the kids are, Alan Alda, what? Ask your mama. John Voight, Bob Highland, Marty Conlon. They'll have a fantastic week here in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Treated with, I don't know the word, but pampered, shall we say. They'll be put up in an oceanfront hotel. They'll get to visit Ripley's aquarium and different attractions, maybe go go-kart racing, and get to go out to dinner, be treated to meals here at the Beach Ball Classic. And hospitality is the key here at the Beach Ball Classic.
Absolutely, and these ambassadors do a great job, Tyler. They really do. They make sure these teams have an enjoyable time while they're down over the holiday.
And that's one of the unique things about the Beach Ball Classic. Everyone is assigned an ambassador. Usually it's a couple, a man and wife, and they stay with the team, travel with the team, and basically are their guides, their personal guides throughout Myrtle Beach. How many people wouldn't love to go to another city and have their own personal guide?
I think that's one of the things that makes the Beach Ball Classic such a premier holiday tournament, is because of the hospitality and the way they've had this structure.
38 years now, started at Socastee High School by Dan D'Antoni, who was an assistant coach for the New York Knicks and the Phoenix Suns and the LA Lakers as well. Now he's the head coach at Marshall University and doing well. Stop, pop, drop for A.J. Griffin. And Griffin now up to 19 points in the game.
Yeah, this young man's going to be a special talent. He's got long range, got a nice outside shot, good defender, good ball skills.
And super intelligent as well. Like I said, 17 different offers, including Stanford and Harvard.
Wow. Well, you know, the poet laureate of the United States was an alumnus of the school, so not be surprising they've turned out some smart young men.
An all-boys school founded in 1948. Inside now for Matthews. Matthew has his shot blocked. The other way for R.J. Davis. Wide open left side. Three-pointer on the way for Mignaya. Mignaya. Edward Mignaya. Division II, Division III prospect. Inside.
Crusaders drop back in a little bit of a zone here too, Tyler.
All right, Mike Green does it again, drops another three. Mike Green up to 26 points in the game now. 4 for 8 from behind that arc. Swinging around, Sanchez, right corner. Back up to Davis. R.J. Davis, just 6 foot, a junior. I'm gonna put on some weight on that kid. Give him a couple of years. His talent, explosiveness, going to be big time.
And he's got some bounce too. He gets up.
Mike Green controlling the ball across the timeline. We see the talent of Green there, recognizing the player coming up behind him and able to block him with his body and keep control of the ball. Pops from the three-point line, took over the game at one point, decreasing the lead for the Christian Academy. Mike Green, a special player, no question about it.
No, he really is. And I don't know what school he's going to end up going to, but he's definitely one of those guys that can contribute, at that D2, D1 level, looking for a good shooting guard, can handle the ball.
Just about 5 minutes to play here in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, the 38th Annual Beach Ball Classic. Tyler Watkins and Darren Gore courtside. Stop, pop, back of the iron. And Mike Green will control across the timeline. Long three-pointer on the way for Guyton. Christian Academy can't wrangle it. Gibbs finds Sanchez. Right lane open, and they get the offensive rebound. Speaking of rebounds, 27 rebounds in the game, 28 for Stepinac. 23 for the Christian Academy Saints. 4.5 minutes to play. 2 16-minute halves here at the Beach Ball Classic. And boy, we're talking about talent in the Classic. I told you the list for the rest of the day. Tomorrow, some of the teams include, and they'll start at 3:30 p.m. You can watch it right here on Stadium. If you can't get to the TV, you can watch it online at beachballclassic.com as well. Just look for the live broadcast link. Follow the stats on beachballclassic.com as well. Wayne White sits to my left, best statistician I've ever met. And one of my best friends.
He's very good.
Yep. Tomorrow at 3:30, Yates out of Texas, Christ the King out of New York. Coach for Christ the King was a mentor for Patrick Massaroni. North Mecklenburg out of North Carolina will face Westchester tomorrow. St. Edward out of Ohio will face North Crowley, 7 p.m. And in the 8:45 game, Bishop O'Connell. Love to see them come back versus Myrtle Beach. I did say St. Edward and not St. Edwards,
That's
right?
correct.
It's singular.
Singular.
St. Edward out of Ohio. We'll do that broadcast, and we get a ton of texts that people say, well, you messed that one up. But, Darren, you know, sometimes broadcasters get it wrong.
We get excited. Another nice little mid-range jump shot there by R.J. Davis. This kid's got all kinds of talent.
Lost control of the ball, and an easy bunny on the flip side for Ed Sanchez. 6'3" senior, under 4-minute mark. Next dead ball situation will be a media timeout. We'll come back to wrap this game up. Inside out, back in, looking for the open man. Adjustment in the air, and back out to Matthews. Coach, good ball movement there, so maybe should have saw a shot.
It was. I think the Saints are trying to find that three-point shooter open, and Stepinac's doing a really good job of closing out these shooters. You see them real active with their hands.
Sanchez, the rebound is Guyton. You know, as big as Guyton is on the court, he's played nearly every minute of this game.
Yeah, Davis has really worked hard the last couple of years getting in shape physically. Saints need to utilize him a little bit more. He's running up and down the court quite a bit. He does like to step out and shoot the three, but he's a big guy with a big body.
Next dead ball situation, the Crusaders are going to substitute in some, I would say, some players that don't see a lot of playing time, but this is a team that's incredibly deep, so these guys probably have been playing.
They probably have because of all the injuries and stuff. I think Coach really wanted to see this starting group, maybe his starting six, really get out and have an opportunity to to get to bond together.
71-48 media timeout. We're back in just a moment for the final 2.5 minutes of this one. This is the Beach Ball Classic on Stadium.
Myrtle Beach, South Carolina is upping our game with a brand new state-of-the-art indoor sports complex. The Myrtle Beach Sports Center is just steps from the Atlantic Ocean and features 100,000 square feet of year-round tournament and event space. The center offers a combination of 8 regulation basketball courts, 16 volleyball courts, and more. With over 70,000 square feet of free span space, this massive venue can host everything from mat sports to trade shows. For more information or to book your event, contact the Myrtle Beach Sports Center today.
It's a 71-48 lead for Stepinac out of White Plains, New York, over the Christian Academy Saints out of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Tyler Watkins and Darren Gore at the Myrtle Beach Convention Center for the 38th Annual Beach Ball Classic in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Darren, basketball sometimes is about trends, and I've got some for you. Check this out. Stepinac, 6-0 run over the last minute and a half, or almost 2 minutes, but the Christian Academy has gone cold. 0 for 4 from the field goal line. Just made 1 of their last 7 shots from the field.
Yeah, they came out really hot to start the second half, and Michael Green hit some big three-pointers early. That's kind of cooled off a little bit. They're still at 50% for three-pointers in the second half.
Thought the ball might be coming at you. Didn't mean to interrupt you there, but a little nudge
A
on
little
the shoulder.
startle.
Yeah, as the ball comes.
But they're shooting 53% from for the second half, so a much improvement over the first half. But again, the bench points for Stepinac, you can see where their depth is coming in. They're 19 to 4 in bench points.
And the Christian Academy threw that one away, so Stepinac will get the ball back with just about 2 minutes to play in this game. Nice one by Guyton. Got his hand in. Mike Green across the timeline.
Oh, wow.
Another steal by Moretti. Moretti finishes with the left-hander. Just as a reminder, so the Christian Academy will play tomorrow at noon as the loser of this game. They'll face Florence, Mississippi, who lost the earlier game today to North Little Rock. And on Friday, Stepinac will play next. We'll have that game on Stadium, and they'll face North Little Rock, Arkansas. They had the win in the opener, 76-60 over Florence. And Moretti adds a couple more, give him 9 points in the game now.
He really is a boost of energy every time he hits the floor for the Crusaders.
And that's what his coach said, an Energizer bunny on the floor. He's got an offer from Manhattan and a couple of others, so we'll see what happens.
Well, you can see he's a for that level of play, he's going to be a great player for them. He's got lots of energy, knows how to finish at the rim, good ball handler, really good defender.
Let's get in some of these names for Stepinac. On the court is Luke Fizulich, Justin Moretti, Kevin Caminero, Sunil Fong, and I'll have to get the fifth one in just a moment. Matt Brand as well. I'll look down at my thing. What happened?
Michael Green went up for a layup in that transition, and the guy got under him just a little bit there, drew the foul. They kind of got together a little bit. I think he's going to be all right.
Darren, you coached for so many years. How tough are these kids? How often are these kids playing hurt?
Well, they're going to play 30-some basketball games this year. If you count practices in and everything, I mean, they spend a lot of time on the court. But, I think the difference I see nowadays is the condition of these kids. They are in so much better basketball condition. Most of them are playing year-round through AAU and stuff, and you think they get a lot of nicks and things like that, but it also conditions their body to be able to stand up to a long season.
This is the second. Down with it is Moretti. Moretti dribble drive inside, dish out to Matt Brand, the three-point specialist. And down with it is Caminero. Caminero tries to add his name to the record book. Can't find the basket. And Mr. Everything, Guyton, for the Christian Academy with the rebound. Out to Green, three-pointer on the way. The rebound coming. Tracks down his own tip, and inside now for Busby. Look at Guyton. Davis Guyton with another three-point attempt. Green finally finds it. Time will wind down. Stepinac will find that elusive victory that they've looked for the last two games. They lost in overtime. They lost on a last-second shot. Now they move to 2-6 on the season with a healthy team. This team is on the move. 75-52 victory. The Christian Academy Saints move to 4-6 on the year, and they'll play tomorrow at noon. We'll come back in just a moment and wrap things up here. Game number 2. Game number 3 still to come. We'll tell you about that next. This is the Beach Ball Classic on Stadium.
Make time to escape to the coast and enjoy 60 miles